warm welcome to all the viewers. Today's topic is going to be pretty informative for all those who are really passionate about doing tourism and hospitality research. We are going to talk about an important concept which deals with data analysis. You must have seen measurement models which look something like this in the picture which are presented over here. In a software which is known as IBM AMOS, which stands for Analysis of Movement Structures. So basically, what is this software and how does it work? We will be discussing it in detail in the subsequent videos. But for now, it is important for us to understand how does this software help us, especially in survey-based research when we collect responses on a questionnaire devised by us, which consists of several questions, also known as items or indicators. They could be reflective or formative, as I have discussed in one of my previous videos also, where I have spoken about reflective and formative constructs. It is important to note over here that AMOS functions with only reflective type of constructs. In case you want to do structural equation modeling, that is SEM, with formative and reflective constructs, then you will have to opt in for a software which is known as Smart PLS. Of course, I'll be showing you how to work on AMOS as well as Smart PLS in the coming videos. With a very simple example, I'll be talking about all the statistics, metrics, measures involved while we work on these two different softwares. Today, we will be talking about what is confirmatory factor analysis, abbreviated as CFA, and what is measurement model assessment. So once you have done the exploratory factor analysis EFA, then the second step is you confirm whatever indicators, items or observed variables are there in your survey questionnaire which is planned by you. Do they actually contribute to the latent variable or unobserved variable of which they are a part? So for confirming this thing, we do CFA. And measurement model is the model which you see right here in this picture is a measurement model wherein the three constructs of the study named as GX, SF and DL have their own indicators which are the respondent responses on a particular questions. They are basically statements which may be responded on a Likert 5-point scale or a Likert 7-point scale as you have chosen in for developing your survey questionnaire. It is important to understand the difference between CFA and measurement model assessment. Although CFA is a part of measurement model assessment. So whosoever is in doubt, many people have this question in their mind that how CFA is different from measurement model. So I'm going to clear out all kinds of doubts today, and I bet you'll not have a single confusion after watching this video. Stay tuned, keep watching. CFA is specifically used to test the relations between latent variables, which are also known as constructs, and the observed variables, which are the indicators, or your statements on which you are seeking the response from the sample. While measurement model assessment is the broader process of evaluating the quality of measurement instruments, which comprises of assessing the reliability, validity, and model fit statistics. Confirmatory factor analysis is a specific type of factor analysis, as I told you in the beginning, that EFA we do in SPSS, but CFA will have to move to AMOS to do it. So, a hypothesized latent variable or a construct is measured with observed variables. So, here in this method, we are trying to confirm the relationships, the belonging of indicator to a particular construct. Whether these indicators contribute to the meaning of that construct or not. It's a method where researchers propose a model and then examine if the data supports the model structure. CFA is often primarily used in SEM, which is structural equation modeling. Measurement model assessment refers to the broader process as we have discussed, and it includes several aspects such as finding the reliability, which means how consistently a measure produces similar results. Validity, how well a measure accurately reflects the construct it's intended to measure. Convergent and discriminant validity, assessing if measures of the same construct converge, that is, they show strong correlations with each other, and if measures of different constructs discriminate or show weaker correlations between each other. Model fit, how well the proposed measurement model, which we have seen in the first slide, the picture of a measurement model, which includes several constructs and their indicators, fits the observed data. I hope the concept is becoming clear to you now. It will be more transparent and clear when we actually do the practical in IBM AMOS in the subsequent videos. I thought it's a better idea to first clear out the theory and then move to the practicals. Measurement model assessment. So these are the 5 important steps which we need to follow while we are doing the measurement model assessment in AMOS. The first is creation of measurement model in AMOS or Smart PLS software as per what constructs nature you have. Whether you want to analyze the reflective constructs only or you want to analyze the formative constructs also in your model. If formative also, then you will have to move to Smart PLS because AMOS cannot do it. Check factor loadings, that is the second step. That is, what is factor loadings? It is the correlation between each of the indicators and the corresponding latent variable. And it has to be more than 0.70. If it is less than 0.70, we will think of removing that indicator from the model. I mean, we will think about removing that statement from the questionnaire. The third step is reliability assessment. Here we evaluate the consistency of the indicators in defining the latent variable and measured through Cronbach's alpha, which must be greater than 0.70 for establishing a good reliability, and also measured through composite reliability, which also has to be more than 0.70. The fourth step is validity assessment. That is, how well the indicators come together to explain the latent variable. That is known as convergent validity. We measure it through average variance extracted, which is AVE value, and it has to be greater than 0.50. If we talk about how well they help in distinguishing the study's latent variables, then we are talking about discriminant validity, which is measured through two main criteria. One is Fornell and Lacker, which is the older criteria of measuring discriminant validity, and the new one is HTMT criterion, heterotrait monotrait ratio criterion, to assess the discriminant validity. So till here, step number 1, 2, 3, 4, what we are doing CFA. So you can note down over here that what is confirmatory factor analysis. It consists of three important steps: checking the factor loadings, doing the reliability assessment, and doing the examination of validity of the constructs. The last step in this measurement model assessment, which you see over here, is overall model fit assessment, which assesses the model fit for inferring meaningful results. Measures to be evaluated in model fit assessment are chi-square by DF, that is degrees of freedom, GFI, AGFI, CFI, RMSEA, and TLI. These are certain indexes which I'll be telling you in the next slide. What do they mean and what are their thresholds? First, let us discuss about Fornell-Larkin criteria. The square root of the AVE, average variance extracted by a construct, must be greater than the correlation between the construct and any other construct. So here in this picture you can see that is how we present the results in a dissertation, thesis, or a paper, the results of discriminant validity. So you see here in the top horizontal row, these are the abbreviations for the constructs of the study, and in the vertical left row also these are the same abbreviations of the constructs. Now you see the figures in bold values which indicate square root of AVE. So if I see CU construct, look over here. So I'll find out that CU's correlation within itself is 0.845, which is a higher value than any of the variance extracted square root in the vertical and the horizontal bar, which is adjacent to 0.845. So just see the numbers below 0.845, 0.414, 0.692, 0.656, 0.401, 0.599. All are less than 0.845. And when we talk about horizontal row adjacent to CU, we see the BI correlation with CU is also 0.689, which is lesser than 0.845. So this means that discriminant validity is established for CU. Similarly, we have to check in for all the constructs of the study. In this example, I have given 7 constructs which you can count over here. So all of them have greater square root of the average variance extracted than the corresponding values in the rows and columns. The second method is HTMT criteria, which says that HTMT values should be less than 0.90. So you see here, it represents the values of HTMT. All these tables you will get automatically in SPSS. I'll be showing you how to get these values in IBM Amos automatically. You just need to interpret them knowing the thresholds. Now we talk about model fit index. All those terms which I just now told you GFI means goodness of fit, CFI means comparative fit index, TLI is Tucker-Lewis index, SRMR is standardized root mean square residual, RMSEA is root mean square error of approximation. The recommended values, the thresholds are given in blue. You can check out these thresholds, and the references for these thresholds I have also mentioned over here. All these have been taken in from a validated source, a book by Klein published in 2023, Principles and Practice of Structural Equation Modeling by Guilford Publications. So this is a ready reckoner for all of you, which you can use in your articles. In just one slide, I have given you all the thresholds of model fit index, which will be given to you by IBM Amos automatically, and you just need to compare it with your results. These are some of the useful resources, quite eminent resources, which you must go and look in for. You'll get the free versions, free PDF versions of many of them from the Google, and I suggest you to download them, read them to know more about CFA, measurement model assessment, as well as how to conduct structural equation modeling. I hope the session was quite useful and interesting for you. Look forward to see you soon with some more exciting and knowledgeable content. Thanks.